Ken Paxton is suing 3 major investment firms over their costly green energy policies. This is Thanksgiving Thursday, November 28th, 2024.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State, the Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. I appreciate you spending a few minutes of it with the Texas Minute. We're going to take a couple of days off after this, so the Texas Minute will resume on Tuesday, December 3rd. Let's get to today's news. An illegal alien from Venezuela has been charged with the sexual assault of a child. Jesus Castillo was arrested last week in Colorado for assaulting his employer's 14-year-old daughter. According to records from the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, Castillo entered the country illegally in 2023 near El Paso. He was detained, issued a notice to appear before a judge, and then released into the country. Parent advocates are pleased to find lawmakers are proposing one of their top policy priorities in 2025. That is, creating an inspector general who will hold the state's public education system accountable to Texas families and taxpayers. The idea originated with Texas Education 911. That's a grassroots group that advocates for parental rights, transparency, and accountability in government education. With more than half of the state's budget spent on public education, these advocates say that rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse is critical to ensuring an efficient system that serves the academic needs of students. There are several proposals being filed ahead of the legislative session that are designed to protect women from men entering their single-sex facilities. For example, a proposed measure by Republican State Representative Steve Toth of the Woodlands would require school districts to enforce single-sex bathrooms and other facilities based on biological sex. The legislation includes locker rooms and showers, regardless of whether curtains or walls separate each stall. Some school districts like Keller ISD and Tarrant County have already instituted similar policies to prevent gender-confused students from using the bathroom of the opposite sex. Mr. Toth's measure also has some teeth to it. If enacted, school districts that don't enforce the law would be liable for the personal injury of a student or faculty member, as well as a civil penalty of $100,000 for each violation. The Texas Minute will be right back.
News and analysis on what's happening in Texas. End your day with daily headlines from Texas Scorecard. Every day at 5 p.m., join me, Brandon Waltons, as we recap the biggest stories of the day and talk about why they matter to you. Listen and subscribe to Daily Headlines from Texas Scorecard.
Attorney General Ken Paxton is suing 3 major investment firms, that's BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. He's accusing them of conspiring to artificially constrict the market through anti-competitive trade practices as it relates to coal. Paxton alleges these 3 investment firms have leveraged their shares in coal companies to push green energy initiatives, which he argues has led to higher electricity costs for consumers. The lawsuits accuse the defendants of violating federal laws and Texas's own antitrust and deceptive trade practices statutes by reducing competition in the coal market. 10 other states have joined Texas in pursuing the lawsuit. You can find the details of all the stories mentioned today at TexasScorecard.com. As a reminder, the Texas Minute podcast will resume on Tuesday, December 3rd. This edition was based on the original reporting of Emily Medeiros, Aaron Anderson, Valerie Munoz, and Brandon Waltons. It was produced by Walker York. So I'm going to go see if I can sneak a piece of pumpkin pie before anyone else wakes up. Y'all have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for listening to the first news of the day for the Lone Star State. This has been the Texas Minute with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.